to Dustin's Kaleidoscope. I am Dustin, and I have the pleasure of being here today with Nchimunya Goring. She is a food prep organizer, a general overall organizer, and just a wonderful person as far as trying to get us all organized in our lives. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Dustin.
So, you know, I've known you for a few years, but I had no idea that you actually do food prep and just organizing in general, like in house and things like that. Can you tell me, like, how did you even get into this? Like, especially the food prep part. That's the part I really want to focus on.
It all started with me entering into a program on Facebook. It was, I think, smoothie challenge that I entered, and it was thousands of people who had entered the challenge. And so we got into prepping for the challenge beforehand. And after the whole session of prepping for the smoothie challenge, it so happened that there were just so many people who reached out to me and writing to me saying, some people were like, I wish you were my neighbor. Where are you? I need somebody to prep that for me. And some people were actually confessing to say, if only I had somebody organize my fridge that way, I would definitely go ahead and eat right. So at that point, I was like, okay, I am an organizer, but I didn't know that that side of me actually was inside of me, like I can actually organize food. I was organizing closets, pantries, and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so that was the start of it all.
Okay, so and I have seen your Facebook page. I haven't seen your Instagram page. And your Facebook page of your refrigerator is just amazing. I haven't seen anything like that where it looks like a commercial kitchen, okay? So once you finished the challenge, you had all of these people reaching out to you, and that's when you decided that you would start your own page and start just doing this on your own? Was that the impetus to get you started?
I actually have a husband who pushes me to reach for my goal and to go towards my passion, and he knows I'm really into organizing. So with after the challenge, he said, you know what, there are actually other people out there who might be in need of what you are offering. So he allowed me, or actually he pushed me to start an Instagram page and also a private Facebook page in order to help other people. And trust me, it's really been mind-blowing how many people have actually been helped into like helping them to reach their health goals and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so it even extends beyond just the food prepping. It actually extends, as a consequence, you're also helping people reach some of their health goals? And
yes, because I'm actually I got into being a meal prep coach, so I'm actually helping them into reaching their health goals.
Okay.
Yeah, by helping them to be organized.
Okay, because it all sort of builds on each other. Like if your food is ready, then you probably eat a little healthier and so on.
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to tell everybody at the second half of the show, we're actually going to have you show us, you know, what we can do and how you do what you do.
Yes.
So now, how long have you been actually doing the food prep?
Inch's Corner was created more than a year ago.
Okay.
Yes, so we just clocked 1 year a few months ago.
Okay.
Yes, and it all started with organizing different corners of the home, and getting to organize the fridge was part of organizing the kitchen. So I would organize the pantry, but then I said, you know what, every corner has to be organized. So that's when I got into the whole fridge organizing. And the fridge can only look so organized when the food is prepped.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. And so since you couldn't bring your refrigerator to the show today, what is it about the refrigerator that when you look at it, you can organize it? Like, are you organizing by meat products, by dairy products, by vegetables? Or I mean, how do you look at the refrigerator, and how should, you know, everyone who's watching look at the refrigerator and organize their refrigerators?
I always take it like when you open the fridge, it's speaking to you. It's like, how can I serve you? So whatever it is that you have put in there is what is going to go in your body.
Okay.
So with anybody that comes to me to tell me, you know what, I'm finding it so hard to eat healthy, my question is always, what is in your fridge? So with organizing the fridge, I look at what is going to help me eat healthy. So
Okay.
whatever it is that I always have to draw meal plan for myself.
Okay.
So with that, I have a grocery shopping list, and whatever it is that I have on my list is what I will buy. And what I buy, then I have to organize that in the fridge. So from at least there should be carbs, there should be protein, there should be veggies mostly. Yeah. So anything that is healthy for me to eat, that is
Okay.
what goes in the fridge. Because if I put candy there, that's what is going to go in my body. So I have to watch what I put in the refrigerator at the end of the day.
And are you doing, so you're looking at the list of things that you have to buy. Are you doing this on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis? How are you even structuring how you do this?
With the pantry organization, that is easy for me to do on a monthly basis.
Okay.
But then with the fridge, it happens on a weekly basis. So every Saturday, I have to clean it out.
Wait, your refrigerator?
Yes, I have to check what's not supposed to be there.
Oh, really?
Okay, then put everything out that's not supposed to be there. Then from there, I check, okay, so now what do I need? And after that, I have to have a well-thought menu for myself.
Okay.
What is it that I want to eat for the week? And based on that well-thought menu, then I draw up grocery list, and that is when I do my groceries. And most of the times when I come back from the grocery store, that's when I wash everything up and everything in order for me to have everything set in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing the pantry on a monthly basis, but you're doing your refrigerator on a weekly basis. So about how much time, like just the review of your refrigerator on a weekly basis, how much time does that take?
It all depends on what I want to eat for the week.
Okay.
Yeah, but it definitely does not take more than 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is 3 straight hours, or do you break it up?
I break it up.
Okay.
If I have something to watch, I go watch it and come back. Yeah, but it shouldn't take more than 3 hours. But I always have to tell myself, prep once, eat healthy all week. So that always just keeps me going.
And
yeah.
how did, so I know you entered this Facebook page challenge a little bit over a year ago, or maybe even longer. But were you eating healthy before then, or were you prepping even before then, and you just wanted to enter the challenge? Like, how long have you been food prepping?
Before the challenge, I was not prepping. I used to
Oh.
cook almost every day.
Okay.
And but then once I entered the challenge and saw how easy it was for me to actually go through the meals, and the cleaning was not that much during the week, I told myself, you know what? If my fridge can actually look Pinterest perfect like this,
And it
I
does.
get to eat healthy this way, and I get to have my snacks on the go, you know what? I can actually enjoy this being a lifestyle. So from that challenge, it actually helped me to know the importance of meal prepping and the benefits that come with it.
And you never even, like, waver a little bit, like you're just on it, like every week of the year?
Life happens, but I have to get back on track.
Okay.
It's more like, okay, life happens, but I know the benefits always outweigh my laziness. So sometimes I just have to, I do fall back, but most of the times I do get back up. So yeah.
And the other thing I was thinking of is that, a lot of people think, like, I have to cook every day because the food isn't fresh if I don't cook it every day. Do you ever feel like that, or is that not even an issue, or do you, I'm sure you eat vegetables that are fresh, so how do you balance that?
Yeah, and that's what I thought. Back in the day when I heard of meal prep, I always say, no, I need to have my food fresh.
Right.
But meal prep is anything cutting, the chopping, the washing. Okay, that is meal prep. It doesn't necessarily have to be cooking. So like for my veggies, I chop them, I cut them, I slice them, and save them for the day when I'm going to eat them.
Okay.
Yeah, so for my veggies, I don't even touch them, like put them in the oven or anything like that. No.
I see. So they are fresh.
They're
are just
fresh,
ready to be thrown
yes,
into the oven or cooked on the stove or whatever. Okay, okay, that makes sense because I know that would be, you know, something that people would talk about. Now you mentioned your refrigerator. How about that other part of that big, you know, metal device, your freezer? Do you use that a lot, or is it mostly just refrigerated foods that you are, you know, prepping?
Yes, with some of the food that I prep, sometimes I do batch cooking,
Okay.
where like for grains. Let's say I cook a lot of quinoa or a lot of rice at once and then freeze it.
Okay.
So whenever I need it, I just take it out, defrost that, and then use it. It's as fresh as anything.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So for any batch cooking, I have to put in the freezer. And also, whenever I come from the grocery store with the chicken, the meats, or anything that I'll be cooking during the week, I don't just put it in the freezer right away. I have to marinate it because I'm more into like it has to be well seasoned.
Right.
So when I have to take it out from the freezer to defrost, it should have been well seasoned, and that takes like a few minutes for me to actually prepare my full meal because something has already been marinated.
Oh, and
Yes.
I guess it's probably still somewhat marinated, whether, you know, it's in the freezer or the refrigerator. Well, since you've already put all the seasonings on it, so you're getting extra,
Yes.
you know, seasoning. So that's great. That's really wonderful. So one thing that I was thinking about is, you know, depending on the size of your family, like if you are a person who's single or if you have a larger family, how do you make that adjustment? Because there are a lot of people who are single who are just like, I'm not cooking, I'm not doing all this food prep for one person, you know, and then they end up eating maybe not so healthy. And the same might be said for people who have larger families where they're like, we're only going to do batch cook, you know, we're going to cook a big batch and we're going to eat the same thing until it's all gone, which is, you know, that can be sort of boring. So how are you able to solve that problem with the single person and the person who has the larger family that will just eat the same thing until it's gone?
You know, I don't really have regrets in life, but the one regret that I have is that I didn't know of meal prepping back in the day, especially when I was in school, because it works perfect for anybody.
Really?
And everybody. Okay, college students, busy moms, large families, single people, it works perfect for anybody. You just have to analyze what your lifestyle is and be able to know what system is going to work for you, because not every system works for everybody. The system that I use might not work for you. Okay, so single people, that should work perfect for them. They just have to work out a system that works for them. Large families, all you have to do for whether you're a large family, single person, I think it's just to add variety to your meals. Okay. Because even with clothing, you don't buy clothes and then say, no, I don't feel like wearing this, and then I'm going to have to go to the store and buy another one. No. You're in a doubt, okay? So you keep what you have. Even with the food, you're not going to be wasting money like that. Like, I don't like it. You're going to have to eat it because you bought it. And that's why a thought-out menu is very important. And with big families, I think everybody has to engage. The kids, the mom, the dad. What does everybody want to eat during the week? So you work around that. Yeah, and especially with people with families, kids, when they're involved in doing something, like cooking, they'll definitely eat that which they helped out to prepare.
That's very true. That's very true. So that's great advice. It looks like we've run out of time. So we're going to pick up on the other side, and we're going to have you show us some examples of some of the food that you prep.
Sure.
All right. So this is Dustin's Kaleidoscope, and we'll be back in a moment. Hi, and welcome back to Dustin's Kaleidoscope. I am Dustin, and we are back with Nchimunya Goring, and you were telling us before we left in the first segment about food prep, and lo and behold, here we are. We have all of this food prep stuff. So can you take us through the table and tell us about the items on here?
All right. So remember what we talked about, that meal prepping can be anything.
Yes.
All right. As long as it's going to give you the health benefits that you're looking for. So for somebody, it can be them having difficulty just drinking water. Imagine you just make your water as colorful as this. Won't you want to drink it?
I would definitely want to drink it.
Sure, yeah.
Cucumbers, and we have oranges.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have your own spa in your kitchen.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So for somebody like myself, I always forget to drink my water. But if I open my fridge and see that, I'll be like, ooh, there we go. And there we go. Yeah. So we have that. And with this, with these two trays that I have here, these are the clear trays that I advise people to use, like in their refrigerators. We have snack there, we have fruit there, and just clear containers. Very good, especially with people with big families, because you want to maintain how to be organized. Okay. So if these are in the refrigerator, a kid will go snack, take out their snack from there, and a parent would know, okay, how much are we left with in order to go and buy what is needed. So the clear ones like help families to actually stay organized and maintain that.
Okay.
Because a kid, if they don't want it, they'll go and return it where it's supposed to be and not just toss it.
And those types of containers, where can one buy those? Like at any store, like a Target or Container Store, just anywhere like that?
They're actually easy to find. Target, Marshall's, Container Store, Home Goods, like a lot of stores do have them. And you know, you can work with anything that you have. It's just whatever works for you, but you're trying to make it easier for yourself. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that bad. To make something easier for yourself, of course, you want to look at clear containers.
Okay, so the clear part is really what we're trying to focus on, because that way you can gauge whether or not you need to refill or add more.
Yes, that's true.
That's the same as refill. Okay.
And this one here, you have the crock pot. With this, you're busy, okay? But you can always throw in anything, all right? And you turn it on, and you're able to just go about your daily chores without worrying about what's cooking or if it's burning, because it will do the magic for you.
Okay.
So this is actually good for busy moms, busy families, or anybody who just has a busy schedule. This works perfect.
I actually have an Instapot that has the crock pot, you know, mode on it. I love it. I love it because, like you said, you can just leave it and go.
Yeah. And this is the spiralizer. With kids that are having trouble eating their veggies, their greens, this works perfect. You just do your zucchini, your beetroot, your anything that can fit in there, and just make it into nice, colorful noodles.
Okay.
Yeah, and obviously the kids will love that. So that is a good way to actually incorporate veggies in kids' meals and everything. Okay. Yeah, and for yourself too, because talk of zucchini, I don't really like it, but once I use that and it looks like noodles, they call it zoodles. I want to eat that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Make the food more appealing, and then you want to eat
it. Yes, because you first eat with your eyes.
And so is this an example of something that you used? This for the
that's true. Yeah. So this for the carrot and the zucchini itself. Okay. Yeah, you would use that.
So they're nice spirals, in case you want to see that. They look really nice. And again, I see the clear container. So you know you know what's in there. Yes.
And I want to know how much I'm left with. I don't want to come home at the end of the day thinking I have food, but there's nothing in there.
True.
Yeah. And we have the one that you use for your smoothie, the bullet.
Okay.
So this is how I would prep my smoothies. So I have my everything in there, and in the morning all I need to do is just voila in there, and I just add the flaxseed and the protein powder.
And that's
and we're
it.
good to go. Yeah.
So you would make this a week in advance? And
This,
just put it-
yes, because this
Oh.
can go in the freezer.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
This glass can go in the freezer, so you
Okay.
can do that. But remember, again, you use what you have.
Okay. Okay.
Use what you have, yes. And speaking of using what you have, this, I just love clear containers. And these are little yogurt, little cute containers that I actually kept. I never
okay.
toast them, so, and in the end, I get to use them for my snacks.
And I should point out that you're also being good to the earth, because you're not just throwing it out, but you're reusing it.
That's
so
true.
that's great.
Yeah. And we have this is a life changer.
Okay,
The
what is that?
messenger. You look at the messenger lunches. I have my lunch in there. Grab it and go.
Okay.
Okay, so there's my salad in there. Okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
all I need to do, wherever I am, I just need to put it on the plate, because I think it's a little difficult for me to eat everything there or mix it up. So just put it on the plate, and I have my dressing or anything. Usually I would use little containers for the dressing, which most of the time I would have inside the messenger itself.
Oh, so you would just
Yeah.
put it at the top, so it wouldn't be mixed up, but just a little content. Oh,
Yeah,
like that.
like that. So this little container right now has got nuts, because some people would not want to mix their nuts in there.
Okay.
But most of the time I would have my dressing in there, and it works perfect.
Oh, that is such a great
Yeah.
idea to have it all self-contained. So it literally is your salad on the go. You
Yes.
have the handle and everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And New York just is the best place for you to meal prep. And New Jersey. Everybody is just in a rush. Like, people are in a hurry. Like, you need to do this, you need to do that. And they give that as an excuse for not eating healthy.
Oh.
So, but you know what? You have to be intentional about eating healthy.
Right.
You have to plan your meals.
That's very
Yeah.
true. If you want to be healthy, that's correct. That is so correct.
Yeah. And over here, we have a packed lunch. Let me try and open this.
And so again, you would do this all a week in advance.
So this is one of the ways that you can prep your lunches.
Okay.
Okay, so you can have your messenger lunches in there, or for somebody who wants to cook their meals, because that's a salad.
Okay.
Okay. So for somebody who wants to have like a whole cooked lunch, they can put it in there, and this goes in the microwave. But personally, I prefer the glass. But when I started with this, because I did not have the glass jars or glass containers and stuff like that. But that did not stop me from starting to say I'll wait until I have the glass containers. No, that did not stop me. It's like telling myself I'm only going to leave the house when all the lights turn good. That's almost impossible, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So in other words, start where you are.
Start with what you have.
You don't have to have every single thing on here to just start.
No.
You just have to have your list, have an idea of what you're going to have for the week ahead, and then organize from there and use what you have, and then you can gradually build your containers and the items that you need.
You just need yourself to start.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Some of these other things over here, it looks like these are more like the prep, like the red peppers and the cucumbers. These are things that would be used in order to go into the salad or the dishes.
To make those would be your sides. So you just have your sides ready, and for the fruit too. Most of the time we go ahead and pick a candy that's on the side because it's ready.
Right.
And now we are. Trust me, people can be lazy to even wash a fruit. So you wash your fruits ahead of time. You have it ready for you to eat.
Okay, so that gets me to another question, because I've seen people do all the meal prep, and sometimes they have an unexpected business lunch or an unexpected business dinner, and now they have this extra food, and they are not going to use it for that day. Is there is there some kind of rule of thumb that you can give the audience so that nothing is spoiling or going bad, or do you throw it when you think things are are on the verge of going bad, do you throw them in the refrigerator, in the freezer, or what tips do you have?
So with anything that can be freezed at that point, go ahead and freeze it. Like things like quinoa, that can be freezed. So you go ahead and freeze that. And of course, those urgent meetings don't come up on a daily basis, so that
Right.
would be like a once in a while kind of
Right.
thing. So life does happen. You can have a few things like this. Sometimes I forget this actually in my bag, and it goes bad. but that's only like once in a while, and don't feel bad, and that's not a reason for one to actually stop.
Okay.
But for anything that can actually go in the freezer, go ahead and freeze it. Even with the smoothie packs, those can go in the freezer for as long as 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So those are good, yeah. But that's what it is. Sometimes it will go bad, but of course it's not as wasteful as buying things that you actually did not need and you thought you needed.
Right.
Yeah.
So how about, like you mentioned, the grains, like the quinoa and the rice, you actually prepare that and you freeze it immediately, what you're not going to use. How long can people keep that in the freezer? And is there a difference in the taste, or after it's been frozen and then you thawed, or is it not really a difference?
With grains, there's not much of a difference when it's frozen, but with other fruits of food, of course, like carrots, I can't freeze that. But with grains, it's as it tastes almost as fresh.
Okay.
Yeah, once frozen. Yeah.
Okay. So we're just about out of time. We have like about a couple minutes left. And so I wanted you to tell everybody, because I love your Facebook page. So tell people how they can find you.
Okay, so people can find me on Facebook. I have a private page on which I help people reach their health goals, and that is Inches Corner.
Okay.
And also on Instagram, the same name, Inches Corner. And I also have a blog on which I have a lot of inspirational topics and ideas on how to go about meal prepping.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I thank you so much for coming today, because this has been, you've actually encouraged me to go back to meal prepping, because I started it a few times and then I was really excited and I said, oh, this is a lot of work. But now that you've explained it in such a way, I'm going to go back and try it again, and I'm going to update you and show you what I'm doing.
Sure.
So thank you so much for being on the show. This is Dustin's Kaleidoscope, and we will see you next time. Bye.